Now we will consider a circuit. This is a simple and cheap current limiting circuit. We can use it as a dimmable light that we can increase or decrease the brightness of the bulb, and overcurrent and short circuit protection. How this is possible? Here the bulb requires voltage of 4 volt and a minimum current of 100 milliampere for low light and 250 milliampere for high light. If we want 100 milliampere here, what will we do? So if we want 100 milliampere at the output, and this transistor has a beta of 50, say 50. Now the base current is given by the output current by beta. That means in the base 2 milliampere of current has to be there. Then the output current will be 2 into 50. It will give 100 milliampere. That means at this point 2 milliampere current has to be there. Then only the output can flow 100 milliampere. 2 into 50 milliampere, 100 milliampere will flow. So in order to get 2 milliampere on the base, what will we do? We have to get 2 milliampere here. So this is the voltage and we have to get the current through this. So as there is no voltage is available at this point and the transistor is turned off, so the full voltage 6 voltage available at this point. So the voltage at the point A is 6 volt, and this resistance 6 volt divided by this resistance will give the current through this. So we have to get 2 milliampere of current. For then the voltage at the point A is 6 volt and we have to get 2 milliampere of current. So the resistance should be, when calculated, 3 kilo ohm. When we use 3 kilo ohm resistance, we have to get 2 milliampere of current to the base, and the output current is beta times. That means 50 times. 2 into 50, 100 milliampere flows through this. What happened when 100 milliampere flows through this? When 100 milliampere flows through this, 100 into 2, the voltage across this point is 100 milliampere into, this is 2 volts. So the voltage at this point is 100 into 100 milliampere into 2 ohm is equal to 0.2 volt. Only 0.2 volt will be available here. This voltage is not enough to turn on the transistor. This transistor wants at least 0.5 voltage to turn on. So we have calculated now the base resistor value. 3 kilo ohm resistors have to be there. Now if we want 250 milliampere of current, we have to reduce the resistance, then more current will be available. How we do that? So in order to get 250 milliampere at the output, and the beta of the transistor is 15, the base current is 250 divided by 50 milliampere. That is 5 milliampere current has to be flown at the base of the transistor. This transistor base current is to be 5 milliampere in order to flow 250 milliampere at the output. So the voltage at the point A is the same, and the resistance has to be changed to get 5 milliampere current. What is the value of the resistance? The value of resistance is voltage at the point O, and the wanted current is 5 milliampere. So it will give 1.2 kilo. Minimum 1. When the input resistance is 1.2 kilo ohm, the base current is 5 milliampere. Now we will get 5 milliampere base current, and beta times is the output current. 250 milliampere will be the output current. So when 3 kilo ohm resistor is put, we get 2 milliampere and when 1.2 kilo ohm resistor is put, we get 5 milliampere. So minimum of 1.25 kilo ohm resistor is to be there. So the fixed resistor is 1.2 kilo ohm. 1.2 kilo ohm fixed resistor, and we vary. The difference is between 1.2 is 1.8 kilo ohm. When we fully increase the resistance and the resistance become 1.8 kilo ohm, the total resistance become 3 kilo ohm. So this resistance is 1.8 kilo ohm. So if we turn the resistance fully on, the resistance will be 1.8 kilo ohm. The total resistance would become 3 kilo ohm. When we fully reduce it, the resistance becomes 0. The total resistance now become 1.2 kilo ohm, and the current become 250 milliampere. So I is beta into IB, so that means beta is 50, and when IB is 2 milliampere, the output current will be 100 milliampere. That is I0. IE means I0. And when the same transistor beta is 50 and the base current is now become 5 milliampere, the total current output current is 250 milliampere. What is the sense voltage? What is sense voltage? Sense voltage is means this is the resistance to sense the voltage. What will be the voltage when 100 milliampere flows through this and 250 milliampere flows through this? This is the sense resistance is 2 ohm. Voltage of the sense resistance is Rs into the output current. That is 2 ohm into 100 milliampere. If 100 milliampere flows, 0.2 voltage is the voltage drop across this resistor. When 100 milliampere is flow, the voltage is 0.2. This voltage is not enough to turn on the transistor, and the voltage remains at the 6 volt. But when 250 milliampere of flowing, the sense resistor voltage become 2 ohm into 250 milliampere, 0.25 volts, 0.5 volts. The voltage become 0.5 volts. When the voltage become 0.5 volts, the transistor is start to conduct, and there will be a base current. The base current value is depend on the base current. When the transistor is at 0.2 volt, it is not enough to turn on the transistor. But when the base voltage is 0.5 volt, the base current of T2 means this transistor is given by the voltage of the sense resistor divided by, there is a resistor is put R5. There is a resistor is put. There is a resistor is there. 0.5 divided by this value of resistance. If we want a 5 milliampere of current, we put a 100 ohm resistor. If we will put 100 ohm resistor there, and our sense voltage is 0.5 volts, then we will get 5 milliampere of base current on transistor T2. Now if consider the transistor has a beta of 20, the second transistor, that means this transistor has a beta of 20. Then what will happen? The IB is 5 milliampere, base current is 5 milliampere, and 20 is the beta, so the output current of the transistor will be 100 milliampere. So when 5 milliampere flows, 5 milliampere is the base current, it has a beta of 20, then 5 into 20, 100 milliampere will be the output current. When 5 milliampere flows through the base of the transistor and the beta is 20, the output current is 100 milliampere, and 100 milliampere is the output current, and we want an output voltage of 5 volt here. Earlier it was 6 volts, now we want a voltage of 5 volt. Then how we select? Now if we want 5 volt across the resistor and 100 milliampere flows through this, then it will give by 5 volts and 100 milliampere flows through this. So we have to give a 50 milliampere 50 ohm resistor as the R2. Here we have to give 50 milliampere 50 ohm resistor. 50 ohm resistor into 100 milliampere current will be 5 volts. The voltage at the point is now 5 volt. In order to have the remaining 1 volt, we have to put 10 ohm. 10 ohm into 50 ohm. Total 60 ohm, and 1 volt is drop here, 6 volt 1 drop here, 5 volt is there, and this is grounded. So 5 volt is available now here. The resistors value is 10 ohm and 50 ohm. When the point is A is at 5 volt, what will be the current through the base of the transistor T1? When the point is at 5 volts, what will be the base current? The resistor value is 1.2. We put the minimum resistor value 1.2 kilo ohm. It is put to 0. 1.2 kilo ohm. This is 5 volt. 5 volt divided by 1.2 volt will give the base current. So 5 volt divided by 1.2, it's 4.16 milliampere. Earlier it was 5 milliampere. 5 milliampere into beta of 50 gil 5 into 50 to 50 milliampere. Earlier is 5 base current into 50 beta provide 250 milliampere. Now it becomes 4 milliampere. So now the output current is 50 beta of 50. Now the base current is 4 milliampere and the beta is 50. 4 into 50 is 200. Now the current becomes 200. So if the voltage at this point become 5 volt, the current I0 will be when the voltage at this point become 5 volts. When it is become 5 volt, when 250 more than 250 around 250 voltage is flowing through it, it's on and it reduces the base current and thereby reducing the output current. Now we will check how it gives short circuit protection or overcurrent protection. Instead of this bulb, if we connect 4 LED bulbs and each bulb has 1 volt, the total becomes 4 volt and the current maximum current allowed through it is 250 milliampere. That is each LED possesses 1 volt and maximum allowed current is 250 milliampere. So the power is 0.25 watts. The allowed current is 0.25 watts. There are 4 LEDs are there. So the total watts output watt is 1 watt. 0.25 into 4. 1 watt of energy is needed to power the LEDs. If one LED is got shorted, what will be the output power? If one LED gets shorted, then it requires only 3 volt of energy. 3 into the each carries 0.25 watt. Then the total energy wanted is 0.75 watt. Earlier it was 1 watt. Now it becomes 0.75 watts. But when the voltage becomes 3 volts and the output voltage available is 4 volt, large current flows. When the voltage available at the point is 4 volt and the required voltage is 3 volt, large current flows through that. That means the current through this will exceed 250 milliampere. When 250 milliampere exceeds the base current, the voltage at this point becomes less and the base current becomes low and the current becomes low. If we say, as we calculated earlier, when 250 milliampere is flowing through the output current is regulated to 200 milliampere, and the voltage is 4 volt. So the energy is 4 volt into 200 milliampere, 0.8 watt. Earlier it was 1 watt, now it becomes 0.8 watt. The required energy is 0.75 watt. It is very close to that. Thus by able to avoid damage to the remaining LEDs. If we will able to reduce the energy level from 0.8 to 0.75 by changing the value of the resistors. If we change the value of the beta of the transistor, more current flows through that, then there will be more voltage drop across it, and so the base current become reduced and the output even current reduced even. So by doing that we can reduce the output current and thus by reduce the output power. So it gives more protection to the circuit.